Another comment that I see amongst return missionaries is, you've been home, you've already got your college credits signed up for, you got the part-time job, maybe you're dating somebody, or maybe you're dating around, and on paper you're doing great. You're like, great, I'm in the next step. It's what I should be doing. But maybe you feel somewhat empty or anxious on the inside, and you start to wonder, why are you avoiding something, or is there something that you're doing wrong, which is more than likely what that thought process is taking you. Um, you have to ask yourself, why are you doing those things? Are you going to school because it's what you just are told that's what you should do next? Are you getting that job because, and there's an element of adulthood where you have to take that responsibility, but sometimes I think we go to the next step without actually finishing the last one. And what I mean by that is, you can come back from remission and just move on, and you may have nothing wrong. It may not feel wrong at all, but for those who are struggling, it may be that you haven't closed the the door completely, that you didn't allow the emotion, the everything to settle in. You got really busy right away, and it could be because that's just your next step, and that's maybe this video is not for you. But it could also be, maybe you were trying to avoid those uncomfortable feelings of transition, moving from a full-time mission life to your regular life, going from having that name tag on to having regular clothes on, going from feeling the spirit in a certain way as a missionary to feeling it back to how it was before you left. And sometimes we tend to try to make ourselves busier in order to alleviate those feelings. But if you get too busy too quickly without allowing yourself to, your body and your spirit, to really transition into that new phase, it can always feel like you're doing the right thing, but you're numb and you're not feeling anything. In fact, you just feel like you're just going through the motions. And part of it is, you do maybe have to go back to your mission and mentally or emotionally and look at what was some things that you feel like you left behind, or things that you feel you just got to really embrace. Sometimes it's embracing the things that you really miss. It could be you had some really powerful experiences, but also it could mean that you have to embrace some things that you really struggled with, and embrace some of the hurt and unfairness you dealt with on your mission, whether from yourself, from other missionaries, from leaders, and even the people you serve over there. There may be some processing that has to happen. That's what I normally do with my clients. Sometimes it's not so much the mission. It's more they're they're struggling to move on because they can't just accept what happened. And that's what I help my clients do in therapy, and as they return from their mission, especially if they return early.